about the fact that we saw the kudu's larger cousin. Okay, boy. The eland, the largest antelope species in the world. And Valeria was wondering if the eland is the same size as the African elk. Sorry, not as the African elk. There's no such thing as an African elk, as an elk. And the answer is yes, they're very much roughly in the same region. I'm not sure of the exact weight of an elk, but an eland can weigh anywhere up to about sort of 900 to 1,000 kilograms, possibly even heavier. The largest one was about over a ton, so about 1.2 thousand kilograms, which is roughly equates to close to 2,000 pounds. So very, very heavy antelope. I'm not sure exactly how large or how heavy an elk can get, but it is roughly in the same ballpark in terms of shoulder height, as far as I know. Obviously, I'm working purely off what I know about them rather than having ever actually seen them. But an eland is a very large animal. Trying to get us a nice view. This should be quite a nice, at least nice light to view this kudu. Nibbling away. A really good question from Cindy, who's watching all the way in Florida. So Cindy's been counting kudu stripes and was wondering whether all kudu have 9 stripes on their backs or if it differs. And we chatted a little bit about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cindy, I've never ever looked or never actually counted the number of kudu stripes. We chatted this morning about the fact that both Nyala and kudu, you can identify, if you want to, you could identify the individuals, because each one has a slightly different arrangement of stripes. Now, I know for a fact that in Inyala, they definitely have different amounts of stripes. Kudu, Cindy, my guess, my thought, if I'm thinking back about my different kudu sightings, it's not always 9 stripes. But now that you've asked me that, I realize that I've never actually checked. I've never double-checked to see if there's more or less than 9 stripes. I've never counted. It's one of the reasons why I love these sorts of questions, is they bring up topics and things to think about that we wouldn't necessarily have thought of ourselves. If we can catch up with these buffalo, since our kudu have moved into rather dense vegetation, let's see if they've decided to pop out. And while we do that, and while we go and follow up, I believe that Ranger Nikki Austin, has taken the driver's seat. So let's pop over there and find out what she has to tell you.
Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Nikki, and I'll do some more introductions soon, but look what we found. Some ellies. I can see 3 at the moment. How's the, I'm going in here, Scotty D.
That's good.
Just going to try and get you guys a better visual. And in the shade, bonus. I'm learning in this drive that it's very warm outside of final control. And turn on.
Perfect.
I was hoping almost that this was going to be the halftail or the ellie with the chopped off trunk, but it looks like these 3 are of a different herd. Can't see anyone else. What would you say this is? A mother and 2 youngsters, Scotty?
Yeah, maybe the rest of the herd is further ahead of them. These are trailing up the back.
I'm not sure how good Scotty's audio is, but he's saying maybe there's more further up. So hello everyone, what a way to start. Some nice beautiful ellies. getting my first question. Hello, Miss Jen in Dallas. You've asked me which is more difficult, working in final control behind the camera or now presenting. I wouldn't say I've done presenting just yet. I'm getting there. I think I'm starting to shake slightly. I don't know why. It's my last day and I just want to have some fun with you guys and finally meet all of you. But stop smiling. Scott's got a massive smile on his face.
Proud of you.
Thanks, Scott. I'm going to start the car. Miss Jen, right now presenting is definitely the most nerve-wracking. Camera for me is super fun. I really enjoy it. What's the one thing I'm quite sad about is that I didn't get to do a little bit more camera during the drives. But you know, things just worked out that way, which is fine. Oh gosh, cars, cool. Scott's already shouted at me for going too fast and him getting flung off the back basically. So now I'm on my best behavior. I'm a little bit torn with what to do. Apparently Karula is up in the tree now. So I'm thinking we should make our way back there and check it out. And these Ellies are going into thick bush and I think windy bashing on my first drive, well, I'm not too keen for that. So yeah.
Ranger or Steve.
Thank
Good
you.
call.
Thank you. But now I need to figure out where Karula actually is. But Jamie has some warthogs, so I will see you guys hopefully back with Karula in the kill in the tree. Enjoy!
That is a very strange experience to hear that Nikki is linking to me. I bet that was an interesting experience for her. Shame. I'm glad that that was something she got to do before they leave. Well, at least I've been proved right on one score, and that's that both the buffalo and the warthog have popped out exactly where I expected them to, in the mud wallows and Impala Road, and I think that those warthogs were actually hoping that they might get a chance to have a wallow. Unfortunately for them, the mud is already occupied. Buffalo utilizing the spa possibilities of the bush. And there's the mom and the two piglets. This is not the very, very sick warthog that we've been seeing recently. I was shocked when I saw some of your screenshots as to what that ill female is really looking like. I assume that it's the one around Twin Dams that we've seen on a fairly regular basis. And there's a second pig. Hello, warthog. Two females and their youngsters. It could be that the two piglets we've been seeing belong to one to each female, or one to two, or two to one of the females. Hard for us to tell exactly until we see them suckle. Oh, buffalo's up. Maybe they'll have a chance to go and enjoy some of the mud wallow. There you go, you can see that thick layer of glutinous mud stuck all around him. A nice way of patching up injuries, as well as keeping cool on this hot summer's day. I'm quite surprised by the temperatures this afternoon. Definitely warmer than I was expecting. Let's see if we can sneak a little bit closer to these two cute little warthogs. As I mentioned this morning, there's a noticeable difference in the behavior of the warthogs around cars. Although I don't think we can push it much further. We might have to wait for them to come to us. But yes, there's been a noticeable difference in the way that warthogs are responding to vehicles. They were very, very skittish when I first started working here. And I think it's a combination of just getting used to the vehicles coming and going, as well as the drought. Oh, Wendy, I've forgotten how to drive you. Every car has its idiosyncrasies. Here we go. Hello, Warty. It's okay. Two little piglets and their mom. munching away. You could just start to see the beginnings of tusks poking through. These warthog youngsters are a couple of months old now, so they're starting to grow real tusks. Something is squeaking frantically. I don't think it's the piglets though. It must be a bird hiding in one of the trees. Looks like two little females. They'll live together in their family groups with their mother and quite often an unrelated female or an older female and her daughter. It seems as though Ranger Austin is on a serious form and has found an elephant. So let's pop over and have a look.
Hello everyone. We have just come across this beautiful Ellie bull, and he's actually opposite the bank of where Karula is in her kill. Karula's just jumped down, Gorge, and there's hyena. I just saw her jump out the tree. It's when the Ellie got the fright. Shall I go around?
Yeah, maybe keep going forward. That's the big tree up there that she's just jumped down.
Yeah, up in this big tree. I just saw out the corner of my eye her jump down, and a hyena took off after her. There's a hyena. I can see one now. Two, hyena. How's that angle? Fine.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Sorry, I'm forgetting to turn off the vehicle. Okay. Shame, man. So she's obviously just been chased out. She's got Ellie bulls, Karula, and hyena. That hyena doesn't look like any of the ones we know, I don't think. Can't see any notches in the ear from here. At first I thought it may be Corky.
Are you sure it was her that jumped out, Nix?
I'm pretty... Why, can you see her in the tree?
No. I'm just wondering if we shouldn't go up onto the bank and try and find her.
Yeah, 100%.
Ellie is still over there, but he's doing his own thing, so we'll leave him to it.
The reason why I think it was her is because I saw something almost... He's giving me a little head shake. I saw something flash, and then the hyena took off after her, so that would make sense in my mind. Okay, I'm just gonna go a little bit, hopefully picture's okay in here. This is my absolute favorite, by the way, guys. Riverbed cruises are the best. I love it, and it's not often a view we can give due to the signal. It's so frustrating for me in Final Control, but now I'm out here, so it's all perfect. Schmerz, Final Control, I hope the signal's okay. I hope everyone's still with us. Where should I go up, Scott?
Further forward.
Nice. I thought I would just be following birds and some canoe, you know, the general game. Now I'm getting a bit nervous. Gonna have to get my act together into... I can't even speak. Oh, as Scott says, squeeze tight, everybody. Safari Dean's just made a funny comment. How do I like these crazy FC girls in my ear? It's not so bad. It's quite refreshing. It's nice to be on the other side for a change. Can't say anything bad now because Kirsty is listening, so far so good, Kirst. Okay. Now I just want to creep in here. The hyena's still lying down, so I'm just going to try to get around before you guys have a visual. Oh, mind that flying branch. I really hope it's hyenas we can ID. That'll be really interesting. Oh gosh. Sorry guys. Karula is not in the tree anymore. Let me turn off the vehicle. And this hyena, I can see the Ellie. She's looking at the Ellie down there still. This hyena, actually, if you look at, sorry Scott, when you come back to the hyena, look at the back of her back. It looks like in the corner there, I can see a scar. I don't know if this might be a scar-backed female.
Yeah, I can.
Can you see the scar there? It's just where my finger's pointing, where the skin's missing. All right. So I don't see Karula in the tree. I think we should go
south down Twin Dams.
South down to exactly. Chris, can you go again with that question, please? I think it was Janet. Hello, Janet in Maryland. You are asking me, oh gosh, multitasking here. There we go. You are asking me what is my favorite animal to view in the bush. Everything's different, actually, you know. Like for me, I love leopard. I do. And I think I started here with quarantine and Djuma and Karula and all these leopards. Sorry, my eye contact. I know it's important, but I'm just trying to keep a lookout for some spots. So I started off with all these leopards that I was trying to ID, trying to learn to ID in the control room. Obviously having the camera really helps. Do you think we should go this way? Hey? And even if I saw her run down here, no?
Yeah, wherever you're feeling lucky. Anyway.
You can go back that way. I'd rather take your advice. So yeah, Janet, leopards would be my favorite. But I think when you're actually in the vehicle, Ellies for me are the most heart rate racing experience. That for me, I think on camera you guys don't actually realize how massive they are. And when you're in the vehicle and not in final control room or watching from your screen, it's very different, and they are huge. They are so huge, but I love them. They're awesome. So being out in the vehicle, definitely Ellies, but I think viewing behind the screen, leopards would be my best. So I hope that's, there she is. Well done, Scott. See? Shame, Karula.
Karula's now further south on Twin Dams Road, lying up on the road south of the vehicle.
So there she is. Scott's just doing the game drive radio to update everyone. I'm not getting involved in that.
Copy, perfect.
Valerie, I think it was. You were asking about my first Ellie experience. I don't think I can remember my first one, but 100% I've had a few scary moments when a big bull comes up to the car. I'll never forget one with Scott on Twin Dams Road. Came super close, not as close as the one from the other day though. And then a wonderful experience that the crew actually experienced was driving back from Arathusa one evening, and we stopped on Triple M, that main road, and we were surrounded by a herd of Ellies. We turned off the cars, just the moonlight, and we could just hear them crunching and moving and see them actually because of the moon around us. So that definitely is one of my favorite times with Ellies in the nighttime, actually. How bizarre. Awesome, guys. Well, I'm glad we found her. How did you know she was down here, Scott? Did you see tracks?
No, I just had a feeling.
Well done. I didn't think she'd loop back this way around. Maybe it's the direction of her cubs?
Yeah, boy.
Okay. I see. She doesn't look... How's her belly looking to you? I think I've seen leopards fatter than she is, hey?
Yeah.
You can see her suckle marks now nicely. You can see the orange around them, her teats. Is that the right word? Teats? Nipples?
Yeah, I think synonymous.
And someone asked you a question earlier. I got a question about the white belly. Now's a great example for that. You can see how different it is to the top of her back. It definitely stands out. Hello Chantal on YouTube. You'd like to know, or you said you've heard that Karula has a wow on her as a distinctive marking pattern, and that is correct. It's actually directly between her eyes, a little bit higher up than her eyes. If you would look, maybe if you log on to Twitter, I'm sure people can put up some screenshots. And just above here, you have to be a little bit creative, but there is a definite W, little O, and another W between her eyes. That's a wow. So yeah, that's her markings. I don't even know her spot pattern, actually. For me, with ironing leopards, it's something strange. I don't go on the spots. It's just how mainly their eyes. Like Mvula has those droopy, beautiful blue eyes. Quarantine has those dark eyes. He's got a dark face. Obviously, the sizes help to tell immediately if it's female or male. Karula, to be honest, again, it's the eyes for me. I can't even tell. Maybe you can see a side of the W's from this angle, but we'd probably have to be a bit closer. Can we go a bit closer? Can I roll, Scotty D? Yay, guys. James Richard, I know you were saying yesterday, we were lucky to have her for my last drive in Final Control directing, but I didn't expect this. Okay, let's look for the wow. So directly in between her eyes is semi-aligned, but it's not that one, it's just above that. It's almost the second row of spots. That's where you'll make out a wow. Okay, now she's getting up. It'd be quite interesting if we drive past there a little bit later once she moves a bit further, just to check where she was lying. Is she gonna scent mark?
Ooh, Ranger Orsty.
There we go. That's right, Karula. You tell everyone who's queen here. Okay.
Keep going on the road.
I just want to see if you could look there. Can you see where she can been lying? All prints and everything. Okay.
A little bit more.
Sorry, my head's in the way. Okay. Hello, Karula. This is such a beautiful view. We're almost level with her. White tip under the tail. The rosettes, not spots. Ooh, check all the dust from her sneeze. Shame, man. Hello, Andreen on Twitter, I think. Andreen would like to know how much knowledge I had for the bush before I came here. Actually, no, I didn't. I love the bush, I always have, and I've been fortunate enough to go on a few adventures with the family. But maybe 3 or 4 times before this, before I came to the bush. And I also have a friend who has, her dad's one of the landowners for Londolozi, actually. And yeah, so I've been lucky enough to go to Londolozi with her. That was twice, I think, in high school. But it wasn't so much learning that, it was more just the experience. But yeah, I've actually learned from Scott, Brent, James, and now Jamie as well. So it's actually only really been this year, to be honest. Take my foot off the brake. I think I'm gonna roll backwards. So let me just put it into gear. Oh, okay, I'll just keep my foot on the brake. So yeah, Andreen, it's mainly been this last year at Wild Earth, sitting behind the director's seat, listening, learning from all the guys. That's really my only knowledge. And that's why I was like, it'd be quite fun to come out here today and test it out and see what it's like. Probably should have done a practice round or two. But it's been great so far.
You nailed the scent mark.
Yeah, I saw that coming. Hey, yeah. How are you? Shame. Hello, Raisa. You say that I should have done this much sooner, and it's fun to see me. Well, I wish I could see all of you guys. I see all your tweets and emails and comments, and I basically guess we follow your conversations half of the time. And I feel like I know half of you as well. But thank you for the compliments, and I'm so glad that I'm eventually doing this, even if it is, I guess, on the last day. She's still panting. How long will those hyenas wait under there for now? Oh, where's she going?
I think for quite a while.
Is it? Another scent mark?
They are professionals at waiting for leopards to finish their business.
That was awesome, right towards us. Okay, well, I'm just walking directly behind those bushes. Let's just follow her slowly, guys. Oh, and I'm lying down. Just have to get in a bit of angle. That okay for you? One thing I must say, I cannot believe she has 2 cubs and we are now leaving. Oh my Lord. That has been quite a tough pill to swallow. I would love, as Scott, as you all know, goes on and on about leopard cubs, how much he'd love to see them and watch them grow up. And now she has 2, so I'm really hoping these little guys will... Ooh.
Took her by surprise.
Yeah. Oh, Jamie, whilst Karula takes her toilet break, Jamie has some dancing nyalas for you all, so go hop onto a vehicle and we'll see you soon.
From what I can hear, Nikki's doing a fantastic job. Luckily, after our conversation about the kudu, we've got some inyala bulls putting on the exact display I was hoping that they would. The one that we're looking at the moment, not quite fully into this whole dancing idea, but definitely fluffed himself up in response to the arrival of the male on the right. He was also looking a little bit fluffed up as well in response to fairly equal-sized bulls. No, they don't seem to be too keen on really challenging each other. The most interesting part of this dynamic is that there's actually a third male. He's quite hidden away, but he didn't go for any kind of displays or puffing himself up. He just straight up charged the other bull. Interesting little dynamic at play here between these 3 Nyala males. Oh, we were off to such a promising start, but it seems as though everybody's relaxed a little bit. And the bulls have decided to move off with relatively little fuss. Let's see if this happens again as the Sinyala bull approaches the first one. He's looking at him with a certain reticence. And boys, are you going to continue your dance or are you done for the day? Maybe it's just a little bit too hot. Not really worth the fight. There's no females in the area. Is he going to do anything? Nope. I'm just going to have some late lunch instead. Right, well, I didn't want to take you away from Nikki for too long. I was hoping they were going to put on a bit more of a show, but it seems as though that's not in their schedule for this afternoon. So while we head out in search of other things, we're going to send you back over to Ranger Austin and her Karula sighting.
Hello guys, I've just done a small little loop ahead of her, and now I'm trying to figure out where, oh there she is, she's going down there.
Reverse back to where we were maybe.
Cool. We're just trying to get you a good angle of her walking towards us. Our boundary is coming up, so I'm guessing she's heading back in the direction of her cubs. Maybe she's had enough of this hyena and does not want to risk it. Oh. Okay. Here she comes. I'll stop here. Oh, wrong way, sorry. Sorry. Oh, she's got a little bit of slobber there. Just walking in front of the vehicle. I never thought I'd be doing this, guys. How awesome. So cool. Oh. Can't hear anything. You can see her walking along that prominent game path. I'm just going to roll forward, Scotty.
Maybe keep going all the way around onto the dam wall.
Okay. Oh, another scent mark. She's marking quite regularly. Okay guys, I'm just going to do another loop around. Pity there's no water in here for her to drink. Or is there? I don't think there is. Hey, no. Try Ferrari Safari. This is where the monkeys were earlier. I wonder if they're still here. They're not alarm calling, so they might have moved off. Do you reckon I go a little bit forward, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little gap after this next push where you can go and park down by the...
Over here on the right?
Yeah, straight in this paddock there.
Let's see. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Cool. Just going to let go of the brake. There you go. Oh, awesome. She's looking back in the direction of where her kill is. It's quite far away now. She's covered some distance, I guess. Maybe she can hear things we can't.
She's heading on exactly the same route where she was seen crossing south out of Djuma this morning.
Really?
And she obviously has dropped off her cubs, and that's where she's obviously planning on heading back to.
Imagine we saw her crossing here with 2 little fur balls. That would be incredible. But I'm glad they're safe and away from that area. As we saw, it was getting a little bit chaotic there. And I can definitely tell you that it's starting to smell in that area. It's quite something getting a whiff of that kudu earlier. Leopard crossing in front over what used to be a waterhole. It's now a mud patch, or not even, a sand patch. It's completely bone dry. Okay, is it cooler there? Again, you can see clearly her nipple marks. So now she's laid down at probably about, how many meters would you say the boundary is?
150 meters.
And do you know where the cubs are? How far she took them into the property?
How far south, but we certainly won't be able to get anywhere near them. And
yeah.
Even if we could, we would probably leave, well, we would definitely leave her be. We simply don't know enough about the cubs, where they're currently being kept, to take any chances in trying to view them. I think it is the monkeys, some youngsters that have seen her.
There we go. I don't know if you guys can hear, but those monkeys have only seen her now. Whilst Karula lies here, we're just going to send you to Jamie, see what she's got on her vehicle.
Again, don't want to take you away from Nikki's Karula sighting, but I did just want to show you this journey of giraffe slowly wandering away in the African sunset light. Beautiful sight. There's one straggling individual. Let's just try and get a quick view of him before they all disappear. And then I'm going to race off to set up for a fireside chat. Scott and Nikki's farewell fireside chat. Oh, he's gonna go drink. Let's see if we can get around quickly. I think that giraffe's gonna go and have a quick drink. Valve systems, and if they have their head down for too long, they actually start to get very lightheaded and can even possibly even faint from the lack of oxygen to the brain. So if you watch a giraffe drinking, you'll find that it never really drinks for longer than 30 seconds at a time before it has to lift its head. Beautiful dark-colored female. She's torn between having a drink and following the rest of the herd. Here we go. Come on, girl, it's okay. You can see how nervous she is, keeping an eye on everything that's happening, making sure that there's no predators around before she puts her head down. Come on, girl. It's all right. There's nothing here, I promise. There she goes. Nope. Decided against the idea of stopping to have a drink. So in that case, since she's not going to lean forward, I'm going to race off to go and set up fireside chat. And in the meantime, let's find out what Karula is up to and who happens to be in the driver's seat this time.
So, welcome back everyone, and we've switched back to our initial roles. Nikki's now behind the camera and I am behind the steering wheel. We are going to have one last view of Karula coming straight past us, and she is about to cross south out of Djuma over an invisible boundary where animals are free to roam and whereas humans are not, for very good reason, but we're not going to go into that now. Let's just enjoy these last views as she heads back to her cubs. Now, I'm guessing that she would have left them for roughly about, call it 12 hours. She was seen very early this morning, crossing south over this boundary. We don't know how far south of the boundary she deposited those young little cubs. But she is heading back to them, and she'll probably return back to her kill later on this evening. There she goes. Goodbye, Karula, and I don't think I'm going to see you again for quite some time, so sad moments as she disappears. We will be able to get you a few more views though. I'm just going to swivel one last time. We should be able to get her drifting down this road. Look, he's going to... There we go. The monkeys are still shouting at her, even though she's probably 300-400 meters away from them now. They can still see her. Here comes another scent mark. And who knows how far her territory does stretch into this property to the south of us, but she's a big wise lady, Karula, and she's been around the block, and she's got quite a large property for herself at the moment. What an action-packed afternoon. As soon as Nikki got behind the wheel, things started to really heat up. A herd of Ellies, then an Ellie bull, then Karula came flying out the tree past the hyena. Sadly, we didn't see that, but Nikki got a glimpse of it, and since then it's been non-stop action. I think she's hoping for a little bit of water in a little puddle there. I'm not sure if she's going to get lucky. No, shame, Karula. No more water in that little mud wallow. And what an awesome scene this is as she wanders off back to two, I'm sure, what are incredibly cute little fur balls. They'll probably be about the size of a domestic cat at their current age. At 6 weeks, yeah, they're probably the size of your average domestic cat. And that's where she's heading off to now. And thankfully for you guys, I'm sure in the next few weeks you will get some views of those cubs. So that's something really, really exciting to look forward to. But today has been awesome, and we couldn't have asked for a better send-off from the Queen of Djuma. Goodbye, Karula. Okay. Let's go and see if we can show you those monkeys which are still alarm calling. Albeit, you would like to know how to say cool in one of the local South African languages called Afrikaans. And it is actually sweet, not cool, but it can be used for cool, certainly, and it's lekker. L-E-K-K-E-R, and that was a lekker sighting. A very, very lekker sighting.
Oh, birdie.
Nikki spotted a little...
They fly away.
It's to the right a little bit.
Okay.
A little red-backed shrike, and it's got something wrong with its head. What is going on with your feather do? I'm not sure what that could be, but that is not how a red-backed shrike... It's the first
An Indian redback shrike.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a mohawk going there. Interesting. Okay, so about 25 minutes or so left until the fireside chat that we are really looking forward to. So make sure you cancel any prior arrangements so that you can be there. That would be greatly appreciated. Ooh. Hello, Gracie. And I really loved your outfit that you wore to our tea party yesterday, so thank you for getting so dressed up. James made sure he showed me that, so thank you. Oh, here's a monkey here. Gracie, you mentioned that we probably should have invited Karula to the tea party that we had, because queens like tea and parties, and you are right, we probably should have, but I think with her little cubs, she's so busy at the moment, she probably would have had to tell us that she can only join us in a few months' time. But I do like the way you're thinking. Don't worry, monkeys, you can relax now. As you can tell, they have stopped alarm calling. Usually when they are alarm calling, they're right at the top of the tree so that they can see whatever it is that they are shouting at. This youngster's obviously feeling safe and has come down a little bit. Now, I'm going to ask Nikki to zoom out quickly, and I want you to all take a very close look at this tree, because you are going to get to see it later on, and it's going to be wonderful to piece together the sighting that we had in this very area. Now, we've had the monkey here. There's going to be something that you notice about this tree later on with the clip that we watch at the fireside chat. You're also going to notice that there will be some water in the waterhole, which Karula went and lay in. So it's all very, very applicable to something we're going to be seeing later. This exact area we're in now. And it's been so awesome building up memories over the year that we've been going on safari together on all these different roads. I'm sure a lot of you will always have something to remember the various areas by. Now I've got a few reasons to remember this area right now, the sighting we've just had, and one that you're going to see a little bit later. That was hugely, hugely exciting. Well, Michigan and Dallas, you've also reminded me of another memory that we've shared, and it's also from the same waterhole. It's dry now. I'm just going to show you guys now the view from afar. So take a look at that. It's that dried up dark soil that you can see in the center of your screen there. A few months ago, that was not full of water, but there was quite a lot of water in it, and within the water was catfish. And James and I both had a once-off fishing competition. No hooks, no line, no rod. Your bare hands only. And Michigan, that was an incredibly fun experiment, and one that I'm glad we all got to share together. Sadly though, you did not see the fish that I caught, and I promise you I did. It just slipped out of my hands before you came back to me. Shame Nikki's having some trouble with the camera, so just give us a second, just hold it in the right spot there. Nikki's turned the bolts for the fluid head about 1 million revolutions in the wrong direction until it eventually came off.
Terrible. I couldn't get the diamond shot.
Okay, you might want to level it again now yourself. Okay. There we go, a minor glitch. Okay, let's pop in and see if those hyenas are still waiting patiently at the kill, which I'm sure they are. Although, only time will tell. What would be interesting is to know when exactly is she going to return to the school after nursing the cubs, and whether she'll be there tomorrow morning. I wonder. There's certainly large amounts of meat left there for her to feed on. Let's see if we can't fulfill Nikki's plans from earlier to try and show you her tracks where she lay down, which we should be able to do very easily actually. Awesome, Nix, good idea. Okay. So you can see a few little scuff marks, and if we start maybe up there, Nix. Here we can see, I don't know if you're in focus at the moment. It's difficult with this flat light. Here the tracks, you can start seeing the tracks there. Toes in the front, pad at the back, and then if you keep coming down next, you'll see where she eventually lay down in this area over here. You can see quite a large scuff. That's probably from where her tail was, swooshing the sand. And obviously as she got up, she would have left a few more pug marks and then continued along. Here's the last track here heading towards us. Well done. Believe it, look at those long stovepipe leggings. This is a very good characteristic that it is in fact a steppe eagle. Next you can maybe also pop an ND filter down. We probably don't need that last one anymore. There we go. There it goes. And you sneaky little thing, you're hopping around snacking on Karula's food while she's away, but that is the benefit of being able to fly, unlike these poor hyena who are stuck at the bottom of the tree. I wonder how long the steppe eagle's been lurking here for, knowing that there's a whole bunch of food that it can feed on, but it's moved off. There's a portion of the kill you can make out vaguely there that Nikki's zooming in on now. You just see a lighter shade in the center of your screen. Those are the legs. It looks like the hind quarters of the young kudu. And at the base of the tree, there's a slightly younger hyena. Look at the difference between the two. The one, you clearly see the spots, you clearly see the fur. That's typical of a young hyena, and a slightly older hyena in the foreground. Very, very different scenario. Looks like that youngster's got itself into quite a comfy position there. Look at how its back legs are positioned. I think its back right leg may have pins and needles though when it is time to get up. What you can also see, which is quite a unique angle, is its claws sticking out at the end of its toes. And these are clearly left in the tracks on the ground, whereas the tracks of Karula we were just looking at now will lack those claw marks, as they will only protract those claws when they need to latch onto something, either a prey or a tree that they're climbing. So you guys are in for a long wait. Karula has just crossed south out of Djuma, and I'm forecasting that you'll be at least 3 or 4 hours minimum before she returns. I wonder where she is now, whether she's got to those cubs yet, whether she's called them out of their hiding place and they've come bundling out, desperate to see her, desperate to have some more milk. All moments that I'm sure you will be able to share in the future with James and Brent and Jamie, as well as Steph. I'm sure he's going to be also taking a few more drives now. Wonderful. Well, because we are almost 99% certain that nothing else is going to happen here, we're probably going to just keep going, start making our way a little bit closer towards the fireside chat. I mean, the one thing that could happen now, but I don't foresee it happening, is that another leopard could come in onto the scene. If it smelt this kill, they are opportunistic. Leopards will scavenge if Tingana was anywhere near here, he would certainly cash in on the opportunity. He's the most likely candidate. Wouldn't be likely to find a female in this area because this is Karula's turf. And it is also Tingana's turf. Okay, we're going to leave these two sleepy hyena. Good luck, guys. I do not envy you. You are going to have to display some remarkable patience in order to get a few morsels of that kudu. Marvelous evening, and the relief once the sun has dipped below the horizon is quite something. It is a very, very soothing temperature now, whereas when we headed out initially it was blisteringly hot. Let's see if we can get that go-away bird next at the top of this marula tree. And it's calling. It's one of my favorite calls. Quang! Oh, well done, Nix. Great work there. And at least you got to see it, and see it call, and see it fly all at the same time.
I don't know how much it was flying.
No, you got it. You did well. I was watching your work through the little monitor here. The joy about the sun going down is it tends to mean that the flies also tend to become slightly less active, although there still are a couple buzzing around me. And yeah, there's one on my right ear now buzzing around. I don't know if it's still there. My worst fly episode ever was filming Steph on a bushwalk, and I had my earpiece in my one ear like now, and my other ear was unprotected. And we were filming a sequence live to Nat.Geo TV, and there was a fly in my ear buzzing, and I was having to hold the shots. It was quite a test of my bravery, and I thought I did well. And since then it's been fairly easy to deal with the ones now, like this one here chilling on my face. But if there's 3 or 4 of them that simultaneously do their little moonwalk, then that causes a little bit of a shudder of the nervous system. Donna in South Carolina, thank you very, very much for reminding me about my one and only major crash whilst taking you guys on a live safari. And we were trying to get a view of a lilac-breasted roller, for those of you who weren't with us, and I was peering up into a tree, not looking where I was going, and as I looked forward, we were moving too quickly, and this big marula tree, a big, ginormous tree, was directly slap bang right in front of us. And
I don't think you even looked forward. I think you just...
yeah, Nikki says, yeah, I didn't even look forward. I think I realized that it was there once we crashed into it. And Donna, that was absolutely hilarious. So thank you for reminding me of that day. So many happy memories we've shared together, and so many of them have been documented, which is wonderful. It's not only that we've got this wonderful memory that we've shared together, but if you want to relive that moment with a little bit of snooping around, it won't be difficult to find, I guess. So sharing and documenting the adventures of Safari Live is, or has been, a remarkable opportunity to be involved in, and I'm hugely grateful for that. It's also been wonderful to watch the safari family grow over the year that I've been here and get to know new names and faces and get to see people develop into seasoned safari goers. An experience that cannot be reenacted anywhere else on the planet. It's here or nowhere. And that I am truly, truly grateful for, as we should all be. Many people don't know about this, which is the sad thing. But I know many of you are safari disciples that are spreading the word, and we thank you for that. As I will be doing, wherever I end up and wherever Nikki ends up, we'll continue to tell people to get their acts together and jump on board. Treehouse waterhole now. It was interesting to see how much moisture is backing or still left in here, but it doesn't look like too much. It really has dried up quite quickly. Shame, a tiny little puddle for the animals. That'll still be useful for the animals that wallow in the mud, but I'm not sure if that's going to be good for drinking. So the warthogs and buffalo are going to enjoy that little pond, and not much else. Happy memories of a lot of sightings of Djuma, a young male leopard, who very often we used to find up around, there's a few more tiny little wallows up there. We very often finding up lying at the water's edge. The water's edge used to go all the way up, and this whole area here used to be full of water. Other special memories, again, that I've just been reminded of. Thanks, Marilyn. You've loved the scorpion sightings that we've shared, and especially those with the UV torch, and it is one of my favorite things to show people, so I'm glad it is one of the favorite things that you remember seeing and doing with me. Only once did we have the fortunate opportunity to have one that was moving about, and okay, let me turn around next. Nikki's seen some pretty clouds that she would like to show, so I'm just going to get into a good spot for that. So Marilyn, yes, the one sighting where I didn't manage to actually get one in my hand, it was moving from A to B, and we knew it was a friendly species, not very aggressive, that you can literally just pick up by the string, plonk on your hand and let them relax, and well, they do relax, they're not very aggressive. So I did have one in the paw for one sighting, but the rest were just in trees, which was still beautiful. Okay, here we go, Nikki. Nikki's going to take on a little bit of a pink cloud bonanza. Wonderful. Look at that. And we were spoilt with an incredible sunrise this morning, and now this beautiful, beautiful sunset with bright pink clouds. Magical. Thanks, Nix. Good initiative.
Thank you.
Okay, well, the good news is that it sounds like the fireside chat is all up and ready to receive us, and we're only a couple of minutes away, so we're going to continue making our way on there. We don't want to be late for this very important function. And just a reminder for any of you who may have just logged in, this is my final Safari Live adventure with all of you. So if it's your first time joining, all I can recommend is that you keep tuning in and get to know the other presenters and get to know this experience while I'm gone. But because it is my last night, we are going to be doing a fireside chat, which is basically just a chat around a campfire, and we're going to look through a few clips of the past and moments that I've shared with you guys over the year, and also chat and answer some of your questions and just have a little bit of a send-off around the campfire. So really looking forward to that, and you don't have to go anywhere. We're going to take you right to that spot right now and jump off the vehicle and sit around the campfire.